Hi, I'm taking Paul McWhorter's VPython class, and being new to Python, I was having a little trouble with the np.linspace command and getting it to work right. We're doing circles, and things weren't coming out right for me the first time. So I worked my way through it. So I thought I'd share my experience and see if maybe help somebody else. So basically, one of the last things we were doing is putting hour marks on a clock, hour and minute marks on a clock. So my code here basically is just putting the 12-hour marks along a clock. We're using, like say, NumPy linspace, and since we're working in radians, we're going between 0 and 2 pi. And you figure, well, you want to divide up into 12 divisions. Like say, the 0 is your start and 2 pi is your finish, and you want to divide it into 12 positions. So you figure that ought to work. And basically, this is just drawing a sphere at each of the points, and this is highlighting it where it's drawing. That comes into play when we show it. And so when I did it to make myself understand it, I actually am drawing a number line with arrows underneath of it. So we can actually just go ahead and show that code. I got it stopping, waiting for a click here so we can work through the code part at a time. So basically, we're putting our numbers, of the 12 numbers, dividing it up into 12 numbers between 0 and 2 pi. And so that's what we got. But if you noticed, we started on the 12 and we worked our way around and we finished on the 12, because in a circle, 0 and 2 pi are the same thing. So we actually have 12 arrows on our number line, but if you count them, there's only actually 11 spaces in between there. And as you can see from our numbers, they don't look like a clock number, because you got 3 and a 9 in the middle here, and they are definitely not lined up. So we only got 11 spaces around here. We got 12 dots, but by doing the finishing and the start on the same spot, it just doesn't work out the way we need it to. So I had to investigate what the linspace was doing. Like I said, we had this divide by 12. So there's a flag that you can set, an endpoint flag, and it's defaults to true. So in other words, it goes around and uses that last number, our 2 pi in here. But if you set it to false, it doesn't include that last number, and it divides the clock into 11 spaces, or still 11 spaces, but you're falling short because you're not putting this one on it. They're actually falling in a different place. So this code is exactly the same. Only thing I changed was this, changing this to false. I did change the color. So if we go back to the thing, I can click my mouse and we should be able to see the second row. So now you can see that we're putting them, and you can already see that this is probably your 3 o'clock position, and it works fine. So like I said, we still got 12 arrows and 11 spaces in between them, but we got this last space and correlates to this space up here that we didn't want to fill in. So that's our 12th space. So we have 12 hours and 12 spaces, which for circles is what you want. For a number line, if you started at 0 and went to 100, you wouldn't stop at 99 or anything like that. So you're going to have 0 to 100, you're going to have 99 spaces in between it. So that's how I ended up getting it right in my mind. So, but one of the people following Paul's lesson is ZAQK2. And he actually did it a different way, and certainly valid. And I was impressed that it didn't come in the way he did that. So this is the way he did it, is that he actually he didn't use the linspace, he just used the 4 in range, and used the 0 to 12. Of course, we know that the range there, we don't use the 12, the final number, we stop short, which is what we pretty much are doing up here. But we're getting integers between 1 and 11, so it'll be 0 to 11. So up here, we're doing the math in our linspace, but down here, we're actually doing the math here. It's theta equals 2 pi, and then we're dividing by 12 because that's what we want. So each part, we're dividing the circle into 12 parts. The only difference is that when we come down here, we have our integer. So we start at 0 times theta. So 0 times anything is that. But when we go to the next one, 1, we're getting 1 times theta, and 2 times theta, and all that. So you got to do a little bit of math in your inside your code here. Everywhere you want to put something, but it actually works out fairly well. I mean, and that gives us what we need. You can either do it internal to linspace, or you can do it with range and put the theta calculation external. And we can go back to see what that's. Click the mouse again, and we'll put another set of numbers in. And this is using the in range thing, so it's working out well, just as ZAQK2 showed us how to do it, and so that works as well. Anyhow, just wanted to let you know, and hopefully it helps somebody out if they're getting data or results that they're not thinking they should get. Anyhow, thanks for listening.